What's up, YouTube? It's your Jordan. I'm your go-to guy when it comes to important shit. I always know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I'll tell you the facts. Not what the news is telling you, not what the bullshit this World Health Organization is saying, blah, blah, blah. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll tell you what. How do you know? What's the question? How do you know if the coronavirus is really something we should all be worrying about or not here in the United States? The rest of the world is simple. They say, the World Health Organizations, the scientific communities, they are saying that it's airborne and that it's very easily spreadable. Now, if that's true, it's going to be an epidemic. It's going to get nasty out here. People are going to be dying, dropping like flies. It's going to be like the Black Plague all over again. It's going to get brutal. And hey, maybe that's what it's going to be. That's just the way it is. But I'm not so sure if I'm convinced yet, if it really is something to worry about. Because I know these Chinese people, they like to eat rats, they like to eat bats, and all these weird fucking disease-ridden fucking animals. And I think there's a good possibility that we don't really understand exactly how it's spread yet. And although I guess, there are some extremely rare cases in which people have gotten it that have not eaten bats or haven't even been to China, blah, blah, blah. I get it. There's some very, very 1 in a million rare exceptions. But so far, it hasn't really escaped the realm of 1 in a million rare exceptions yet. And you can't really base scientific evidence and worries of 1 in a million exceptions. You have to it has to actually hit some decent numbers before you can even assume anything. There's a good possibility you don't really understand how it's spread. What I think is a reasonable theory and a real reasonable possibility is that they're getting these diseases. These Chinese chinks are getting these diseases from fucking eating bats and rats and fucking mice and cockroaches and all this other weird shit that some of these people eat, and they're getting these diseases, and then sometimes there's a possibility it can be spread through other ways. That's up for speculation, but according to the scientific community, I guess they're really going with that, and it's 100% spreadable through airborne. And it has nothing to do with like them eating bats and rats and weird shit, and that's not how they're getting it. That's probably how it started, but it's airborne, and you could just get it from sneezing, and you can infect everybody. Basically, is what they're going with. That's the story the World Health Organization is going with. I find that hard to believe, but if it is true, and the World Health Organization isn't fucking retarded, and they actually do have some actual fucking IQs higher than 105. Which if they're the leaders of the entire fucking world out of 7 billion people, there should be some very gifted, superior, intellectually talented minds out there in the World Health Organization to be running an entire fucking world. So they should know what they're talking about. And if everything is working how it should be, and they aren't retarded, and they do know what they're talking about, and they have done the research, and they have done the testing, and it actually is spreadable through airborne very easily, and it's highly infectious like they're saying, then yes, it's going to be an epidemic. Yes, pretty soon shit's going to get fucking nasty, shit's going to get crazy, people are going to be dying on these streets left and right, it's going to be the Black Plague all over again. You better start panicking, you better start worrying, you better start freaking the fuck out. How do you know, though, if it really is something to worry about or not? How do you fucking know? When are we going to know for sure what's what? This is how you're going to find out. This is how you know. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you, if I say something, especially when it's important like this, and I put a lot of emphasis on it like this, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So when I speak on this right here, what I'm about to say next, you better listen carefully, because what I'm about to say next, I don't care what the news says, I don't care what the fucking scientist says, I don't care what the fuck Albert Einstein him fucking self says. I'm telling you what the fuck's right. Now, if in the next 10 days, you will find out if it's something to worry about or not. Right now, as we speak, fucking, what is it, March 1st? Nope, it's February 29th. 2020, as of February 29th, 2020, we got about 66 cases of coronavirus in the United States. In the next 10 days or so, 10 to 15 days, 15 days tops, you will know if it's something to worry about or not. If that number exceeds 500 cases in the next 10 days, you better start fucking worrying. You better start fucking panicking. If it exceeds over 1,000 people in the next 10 days, 10 to 15 days or less, and this is a big if, and I'm saying only if, and only if, because I know a lot of people are like, this guy's being dramatic, he's freaking out, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying only if, so I'm going to say it 10 more times because I know, like, I got to emphasize this. If and only if. If and only fucking if. If and only fucking if. If and only fucking if. That number exceeds 1,000 fucking people in the United States contaminated with the coronavirus, exceeds 1,000 in the next 10 days from today, the 29th of fucking February 2020, you better fucking start panicking. You better start worrying, because this virus is actually highly contagious, like they say. It is airborne, and what they're going to do is they're probably going to try to start quarantining cities when it starts hitting the numbers in the thousands, 10,000s. They're going to start quarantining people, quarantining cities. They're going to start fucking cutting off transportation, doing all kinds of crazy shit. And you know what? They're going to try everything they can to stop it from spreading. But here's the thing. Realistically, our hearts and our faith and our beliefs, and we want to believe that we can do anything and we could stop the spread of it. And if we set our minds to it, we can collaborate together as a team and stop it. And yeah, let's do this. Let's stop it. Yeah, let's do it. You're not going to stop it. You can't stop it. You can slow it down, but you ain't going to stop it. Somehow, some way, if that virus wants you and it wants to get loose, it's going to slip through the fucking cracks right when you least expect it. And slowly but surely, it'll slip through the cracks from one, and next thing you know, it's fucking out, fucking getting everyone all over the fucking world infected all over again. It's just going to keep going. Right when you got everyone quarantined off, and you fucking got the whole city quarantined off somehow, some way, one guy's gonna fucking think he's not infected, he's gonna fucking leave, and fucking one little fucking virus fucking out of someone's nose from 10 feet away fucking slipped through his nose. Now next thing you know, he fucking gets into another city, fucking slams it through fucking everybody else. Next thing you know, it just goes crazy, and it just goes nuts and starts infecting millions more, and it just never stops going. And I predict if this number ever does hit 50,000 U.S. citizens, that is officially the point of no return. If it hits 50,000 U.S. citizens, there ain't nothing that's going to stop it from hitting millions of people. And hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people, very well could die from this virus. And it's going to be a very nasty epidemic. So, like I said, if and only if, the next 10 days you will find out if there is something to worry about or not. So pay attention to the numbers the next 10 days. Because if it does not hit over 1,000 people in the next 15, 20 days or whatever, then it's not really as contagious as they're saying. And there's something they don't understand. And they're just misspreading and assuming the worst, and they're just wrong. And it's probably more so due to these Chinese people eating bats and rats and weird shit that have diseases than airborne illnesses. So we're going to find out right now which is what. Is it, these Chinese people just being weird and eating weird shit that has diseases, or is it actually as spreadable as they say? We're going to find out one or the other on how these numbers roll up in the next 10 days or so here in the United States. The next 10 days, you'll find out what's what. You'll know. You'll know. If it's under 1,000 people in 10 days, or it's under 500 people in 10 days, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if it is over 500,000 people in the next 10 days, you do have something to worry about. So the moment of truth is coming very soon. The moment of truth is coming very, very soon. And we're all going to find out what's what here real quick. And if it does hit over 500 people, you better start getting your shit together, because this shit's going to get nasty.